So I would like all of you to listen to one audio clip. This is how I got the inspiration to choose this topic. Doing everything first class for Krishna. This is His Holiness Srila Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj. This is the Vaishnava etiquette, another aspect you remember. Vaishnavas, whatever they do it first class. That is Vaishnava. Vaishnavas don't do things just in a hodgepodge way. Take your time, do it perfectly, revise it again and again before you present it. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So when I heard this is a very beautiful clip I shared with my beloved friend, His Grace Aditya Narayan Prabhu, and Prabhuji can share with all of you. The whole clip is very beautiful, but it really sets the mood for what we are going to discuss in the next 5 sessions. Doing everything first class for Krishna. So, Shri Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Dadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udiraye. Nashtaprayeshu abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandana Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Namaha Pankajanaභaya Namaha Pankajamaline Namaha Pankajanetraya Namaste Pankajangraye. Ārādhyo Bhagavan Vrajeshatanayas Tadhama Vrindavanam.
Ādi Gadādhara Dāsa
Ārādhyo Bhagavan Vrajeshatanayas Tadhama Vrindavanam. Ramya Kachidupasana Vrajavadho Vargena Ya Kalpita. Kachidupasana Vrajavadho Vargena Ya Kalpita. Shrimad Bhagavatam Pramanamamalam Prema Pumarto Maha. Shrimad Bhagavatam Pramanamamalam Prema Pumarto Maha. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhor Matamidam Tatradaro na para.
Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Matamidam
Tatradaro na para. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So, dear devotees, Hare Krishna. Our sweet Lord, Shri Krishna, Hare Krishna. Our sweet Lord, Shri Krishna, does everything first class because he is first class. In the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, Lord Krishna is described by Srila Prabhupada as Asamurdhva. Who knows what is the meaning of Asamurdhva? Please, you can raise your hand. In the first canto, Srila Prabhupada describes Krishna as Asamurdhva. Sama means
Equal.
Urdhva means,
Higher.
and means to negate. So no one is equal to Krishna and no one is superior than Krishna. What does that leave? Everyone is Ekela Ishvara Krishna Arasava Bhritya Jai Jaise Nachai Sai Taise Kare Nritya. Ekela Ishvara Krishna Arasava Bhritya. Ishvara Parama Krishna. So Krishna is the Supreme Lord. No one can ever be equal to Krishna. And no one can be greater than Krishna. Srila Prabhupada says Krishna is Asamurdhva, which means Krishna is first class. Krishna is first in every respect. He is the best speaker. His pep talk to his friend Arjun becomes Bhagavad Gita, which is the foundational scripture for all time to come. Just now when we came, devotees were singing Shri Madhurashtakam. Everything about Krishna is very sweet. His walking is sweet, his dancing is sweet. Even his stealing is sweet. Shri Belomangal Thakur writes, Chauragra Ganyam Purusham Namam. Like there is Madhurashtakam, there is Chaurashtakam. So whatever Krishna does, he does it first class. Srila Prabhupada writes, if we want to go to the sun planet, if we want to live on the sun is fiery planet. Then what type of body do we need? Fiery. So if Krishna is first class and we want to associate with Krishna, what do we have to become? We also have to become first class because Krishna is first class. You know? If Krishna is first class and we want to serve Krishna, then we also have to try to become first class. So does that mean we start competing with other devotees? Start pulling them down? So what is the meaning of being first class? First means everybody should be second. Correct or not correct? So what is the meaning of first class? Huh?
Yours should be first class.
Yes, we should try to be the best versions of ourselves. Arjun was not competing with Bhim with the mace club fighting, nor was Bhim competing with Arjun with the bow and arrow. Krishna has made all of us in a unique way. All of us have our own unique abilities and talents. All of us are supremely relevant because Krishna loves all of us. And therefore, we should try to be the best first-class version of ourselves. We should not look at others. We should not compete with others in an unhealthy way. We should compete with ourselves. How was I last year, this time? Have I increased my chanting? Have I increased the quality of my bhajan? Am I reciting more ashtakams? Am I reading more Srila Prabhupada's books now? We have to compete with ourselves and try to become more and more first-class versions of ourselves. So, in this regard, I have come up with an acronym. What does it mean to be first class? If we want to be first class, we should know what is the meaning of first class. Now, this acronym is not based on any Shastra. I'm giving a disclaimer. I just came up with this acronym, but it is based on the teachings of Shastra entirely. So, first class, FIRSTCLASS. How many alphabets are there in first class? 10. And how many sessions we have? 5. So, there is one quality for each alphabet, and we will try to discuss 2 qualities in each session. So, F refers to being favorable to Kṛṣṇa. Anukul to Kṛṣṇa, favorable to Kṛṣṇa. Who can tell me the verse from Shri Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu of Srila Rupa Goswami, where Srila Rupa Goswami defines first class bhakti, Uttama bhakti? Who knows that verse? This is the essential definition of pure devotional service. There are 3 verses which define pure devotional service. Srila Prabhupada said. Who knows? One of them is this. This is the main one, the most complete and perfect definition given by Srila Rupa Goswami. What are the other 2 definitions? Who knows? Where pure devotional service is defined. Srila Prabhupada says these 3 verses are very essential. Very good, very good, very good. Excellent. Savai pumsam parodharmo yato bhakti radhokshaje. How bhakti should be? Ahai tukya pratihata yatma suprasidati. Who knows the 3rd verse? I'll give a hint. It is spoken by Sripad Narad Muni. Excellent. Thank you. His Grace Aditya Narayan Prabhu is my superior. Hare Krishna. Yes, Sripad Narad Muni has written this verse, and Srila Prabhupada mentions it many times. Sarvapadhi vinirmuktam tat paratvena nirmalam rishikena rishikesh sevanam bhakti ruchyate. All these 3 verses define bhakti, pure bhakti. So, F, first class. F is the first alphabet. It refers for being favorable to Kṛṣṇa. Anukulyena Kṛṣṇa Anuchidanam. That is called Bhakti Uttama. So, F is being favorable to Kṛṣṇa, and I means to do things intelligently. Intelligently. And Kṛṣṇa gives us the intelligence to serve him nicely. So, I stands for doing things intelligently. Can you quote some verse where Kṛṣṇa says that I give the intelligence so you can do my bhakti nicely? Buddhi yoga. In Shri Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says, Tesham sadata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yenamam upayantite. Means bhakti is to be done with buddhi. Bhakti is not for buddhu. Bhakti is meant for the intelligent people. In Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita it is said, Jai bhaje Krishna say bada, say bada chatura. One who worships Krishna is intelligent. In Srimad Bhagavatam 11th canto also it is said, one who worships Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is intelligent. What verse is that? Sumedha. Those who are Sumedha, intelligent, they will worship Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And how they will worship Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Through Sankirtan. Sankirtana. There are many ways. You can do Abhishek of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. You can offer him flower garlands. You can offer him incense and ghee lamp. They are all worship. But Praya means mainly. Krishna Varnam Tvisa Krishnam Sango Pangastra Parshadam Yadne Sankirtana prayer. Mainly he is worshipped by Sankirtan Yajna. So we should do all this upchar for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We have Nitai Gaur Sundar, correct? Or Nitai Gaur Sundar. You can worship them. But the main worship is that all 4 of you come together with parents and do Nam Sankirtan in front of Nitai Gaur Sundar. That is the best way to please them. The whole family comes, Kartal Mridang, if nothing, just clap your hands. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nam Sankirtan. So, in this way, bhakti is to be performed favorably to Krishna and it should be performed intelligently, with using our intelligence. So, in this regard, I would like to, how to be favorable to Krishna, I would like to discuss one particular story from Srimad Bhagavatam. And this is Grantharaj Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 41. Canto 10, Chapter 41. This chapter is entitled Shri Krishna and Balaram Enter Mathura. It's a very beautiful section which teaches us how we should be favorable to Krishna, how bhakti is to be performed favorably for Krishna. So here it is described. We have to stop at 8:30, sir? Around 8:30, okay. So here it is described that Krishna and Balaram, along with Nanda Baba and the cowherd friends of Krishna, they have come to the city of Mathura because Akrur came as the messenger of King Kamsa that please come to Mathura and there is a wrestling competition. You can participate in that. There is a Dhanur Yajna. There's a bow sacrifice. Please attend that. So please come to Mathura. But why did Krishna and Balaram come? Because Krishna and Balaram were told by Akrur that actually your real parents are Vasudev and Devaki. And they have been imprisoned by King Kamsa. If you don't come to Mathura, he might kill them. He was going to kill them, but somehow Shripad Narad Muni dissuaded him, told him that if you kill Vasudev and Devaki, Krishna and Balaram will go in hiding. But if you keep them alive, because of them, they will come to Mathura. As soon as they come to Mathura, you kill them. So they are alive only in the hope that you will come. If you refuse to come to Mathura, Kamsa may kill your parents, Vasudev and Devaki. So Krishna had no choice but to leave Vrindavan and come to Mathura. But Mother Yashoda, how can she live without Krishna? She was heartbroken at the prospect that her Krishna, who had lived with her day and night for 11.5 years, would leave her and go. She covered Krishna with the pallu of her sari and hid Krishna from Akrur. I will not let my Kanha go. But Nanda Baba said, I am going with Krishna. Why do you worry? I will bring Krishna and Balaram back. Then Akrur was waiting outside on the chariot, ready to go. Nanda Baba was ready. Krishna's friends were excited. They thought, we'll go, we have never seen a big city. We will see the big city Mathura and we'll come back in a day or two. So they were excited. They didn't know that Krishna was going to stay back. So they were excited. And Yashoda Maiya had covered Krishna with her sari, not wanting him to go. But when Nanda Baba said, I will bring him back, you don't worry. She went out with Krishna and she looked at Akrur. And she said, give me your hand. So Akrur gave his hand. Our acharyas have commented like this. And she took Krishna's hand and placed it in Akrur's hand, who had a relationship like an uncle with Krishna. She put Krishna's hand in Akrur's hand and said, Akrur, I am giving you my son. He is my life and soul. You promise me that you will personally take responsibility for Krishna and Balaram, not let them get hurt, and you will bring them back safely. You promise me. She was, because in those days, giving your word meant a lot. Now in Kali Yuga, we'll have to get signed, we'll have to get witnesses to sign, and password, everything, notarize it. But in those days, just giving your word was enough. People were very truthful. Then Krishna Balaram, Nanda Baba, they got on the chariot He cracked the whip, Akrul, and the chariot went. They came to Mathura. And Sri Shukdev Goswami gives a beautiful description of Mathura. Vrindavan is a simple village. I remember when Shripad Mukundatta Prabhu, when he came to Atlanta, he was having some dental issue.
Who was that?
Mukundatta Prabhu, Prabhupada disciple. Shripad Mukundatta Prabhu lives in Vrindavan, MVT. He came to Atlanta and I took him to the dentist. He was having some issues. And it was a state-of-the-art dental office. Everything was computerized, 3D X-rays, and they displayed it on the big screen. They took photos of the teeth and showed you your own teeth from all different angles. Where is the problem? What is the problem? What they are going to do? Panoramic view and this and that. Everything was very high-tech. And he's coming from Vrindavan. So I was curiously watching him, what he's doing and how the dental assistant is, telling him, you can just rinse your mouth with this, and he's doing all that, and I'm watching him. And then when nobody was there, I was alone with him in the room. We were waiting for the dentist. I asked him, Prabhuji, how do you like this dental practice? Every year you come to Atlanta, I can bring you here for your annual cleanup. He looked down and he said, this is very opulent, but I miss my dentist in Vrindavan because whenever I go, he greets me Radhe Radhe. But here there is nobody to say Radhe Radhe. So I understood this is a true Brajvasi. His first initiation from Srila Prabhupada, second initiation from His Holiness Tamal Kṛṣṇa Goswami Maharaj. Very nice devotee, very advanced. So Vrindavan is a simple place, my dear friends. And from Vrindavan, Krishna Balram have come with their friends, Nanda Baba. They're looking at all these big buildings, tall archways, manicured gardens, and people are very cultured, very high class. Everything is very sophisticated. The houses are made of marble. Furniture is made of ivory and gold. Not like Vrindavan. You roll in the dust. You just pluck fruits from the trees and you eat them, and your plate is made up of leaves. Vrindavan is very simple village life. And they come to this big city. But Krishna is all attractive. And just like Krishna attracted the gopis, the women of Mathura also got attracted. Because Srila Shukdev Goswami in verse number 24 says, Tam sabrishtau vasudevanandanau vritau vayasyair naradeva vartmana drashtum samiyo stvarita purastriyo harnyani chaivaruruhur niprotsuka. As soon as the women saw Krishna, Balram, they are going along the road in Mathura, they left what they were doing and they came to see Krishna. They climbed on the rooftops, the women of Mathura, so they could look at Krishna. So you have it. Okay. They're looking at Krishna. And you see, just like when Krishna sang his flute just now in the Mangalacharan, we were reciting the verse that Divyad Vrindaranya Kalpadrumada Shrimad Ratnagara Simhasanasthav Shri Shri Radha Srila Govinda Devo Sresthalevi Sevya Manav Smarami Shriman Rasa Sarasarambhi Vamshi Vata Tatasthita Kṛṣṇa Venu Swanayra Gopinatha Shriyastuna. How Gopinath stood under the Vamshivat tree, played his flute and called all the gopis for the Rasa Leela. And the gopis left what they were doing and rushed to Vamshivat to meet Krishna because Krishna was calling. So similarly, here it is described in verse number 25 that some ladies of Mathura, they were wearing clothes. But as soon as they got the news that Krishna is on the road, he's walking, they left whatever they were doing and they ran to the terrace to get a glimpse of Krishna. Some of them forgot to put earrings. Some of them forgot to put ankle bells. Some of them had put makeup on one eye, not the other, but they just ran as soon as Kṛṣṇa called. Kṛṣṇa is so attractive. Some were taking their meals, they left their food just like that. Some were finishing their massage or bath and they just put on some clothes, hastily ran. Some were sleeping and they just woke up. Kṛṣṇa is the best alarm. There are some devotees, their alarm tone is Prabhupada's Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So Kṛṣṇa is the best alarm. As soon as they came to know Kṛṣṇa has come, they got up and ran. Some mothers were feeding their child and they left the child and ran to get a glimpse of Kṛṣṇa. This is happening in Mathura. A devotee always remembers Krishna Leela. One devotee has written, a disciple of His Holiness Tamal Kṛṣṇa Goswami Maharaj, that Maharaj was in Dallas. And actually his personal servant, Vijay Govind Prabhu, told me this story. And His Holiness Tamal Kṛṣṇa Goswami Maharaj was a perfectionist. Very strict also. And very high class. He really had a taste for things. So they would serve him prasad and he would always give them a feedback for improvement. You cut this vegetable when this vegetable was not exactly ripe. You should have waited 2 days more. Then cut this vegetable. Then it would have been perfect. Or you have not cooked this enough. Or the salt, or this masala is little more, that masala is little less. Or I think this masala is not fresh. Some constructive feedback for improvement he would give every day when he was in Dallas. And the devotees who were cooking for him, they used to try their best that today we will not give Guru Maharaj a chance to find any fault. But he would always find even more faults as time went by. And the day he was leaving Dallas, it was Ekadashi. Believe it or not, the cook forgot that it's Ekadashi and packed roti, sabji, rice for Maharaj. And then the devotee who was supposed to bring the prasad for Maharaj was cooking at their home and coming in their own car to the Dallas airport. And His Holiness Tamal Kṛṣṇa Maharaj went to the airport in his car. So 2 different groups were coming and they were supposed to meet at the airport and give the prasadam to Maharaj. Maharaj arrives, these devotees are stuck in a traffic jam and they are delayed. You can imagine the anxiety. Tamal Kṛṣṇa Maharaj is going and you are supposed to give him prasad and you are late. Maharaj goes into security check and they are still not arrived. And everybody's in anxiety. What's going to happen? What's going to happen? And Maharaj is like almost at the security gate, going to go beyond towards the gate. And these Matajis arrive. And they say, he's our spiritual master. We have to give him this. We have to give him this. And they went past security. They are running. One Mataji dropped her purse. 2 other Matajis dropped their chappals, their slippers as they're running on the airport. Without, they're running. And somehow they just go past everyone. Maharaj, your prasad. And Maharaj smiled and said, you remind me of the gopis, how they ran when Kṛṣṇa called them. See how even in that situation of anxiety, Maharaj put everyone at ease by remembering Kṛṣṇa and reminding them of Kṛṣṇa. Maharaj, this is chapati, this is rice, this is the sabji. His Holiness Tamal Kṛṣṇa Goswami Maharaj says, but today is Ekadashi. Disaster. You can imagine what the devotees, they felt like just disappearing underground somewhere. They didn't know what to say. And Maharaj smiled and said, no problem. If I'm hungry on the flight, they will give me some fruit juice and I will drink it. Maharaj, we get the best fruits available in the Dallas market. We freshly make it and give you, and you tell us that, oh, this is not right, that is not right, this is not proper. Maybe this was ripened artificially. I can make out from the taste. You would always find fault in the fruit juice that we gave you. That fruit juice is made by some factory. We don't know how many months ago. It's pasteurized. It's from a concentrate. Maharaj, how will you have that? Oh, no problem. Maharaj, no problem. I will have it. No, no worries. But Maharaj, in Dallas, you were so strict with us, always finding faults in our cooking and correcting us. Maharaj said, see, when you are cooking in the temple, you are cooking for Radha Krishna. And as your spiritual master, it is my duty to train you to be first class. As far as I am concerned, I can manage with third class also. But when you cook for Krishna, it is my duty to train you to do it first class. Hare Krishna. So the ladies of Mathura, they left everything and they ran to take darshan of Krishna. And when Krishna and Balram were walking along the road of Mathura, they came across the personal dhobi, the personal washerman of Kamsa. Very exalted position. You are the dhobi of the king. You wash the clothes of the king. So very respectable. He was a first class dhobi. or so he thought. So he thought he was a first class dhobi. He was going and he had washed the clothes of Kamsa, and they were royal clothes. And here is Krishna Balram wearing their simple dhoti, simple uttariya with their village friends, and they are walking and they are looking at the big city of Mathura, and they suddenly see this washerman going with nice, freshly washed clothes, which look very opulent and royal. Krishna tells, should we read also our story?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So let's go to verse number 32. This is Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, chapter 41, verse number 32. Because see, my words may be faulty, but the words of Sri Shukdev Goswami and the disciples of Srila Prabhupada who have translated, they are perfect words. So we will make spiritual advancement by reading the words of the Shastra. Rajakam kanchid ayantam Rangakaram Gadagrajah Drishtva Yachata Vasamsi Dhautan At Uttamani Cha. So seeing a washerman approaching who had been dyeing some clothes, Krishna asked him for the finest laundered garments he had. Krishna stops that washerman and says, you've got some nice clothes. Why don't you give them to me and my friends and my elder brother? And Krishna was very polite. So in the next verse, verse 33, Krishna says, please give suitable garments to the two of us who certainly deserve them. If you grant this charity, you will undoubtedly receive the greatest benefit. Now, usually people do things because they expect something in return. Krishna understood that why will he give me just like that? He said, you give it to me and I will reward you amply. Just give those garments to me and my brother. But what happened? When you give a good instruction to a foolish person, the person becomes angry. Srila Prabhupada quoted Chanakya Pandit in this regard. Updesho hi murkhanam prakopaya hi kalpate. That if you give a good updesh to a murkha, a foolish person, less intelligent person, the effect will be that they will become angry. Why are you advising me? Like that, they will get angry. But a devotee, a humble devotee, when gets a constructive feedback, they take it very well. They take it in the right spirit. In fact, they ask for feedback. Once a feedback was been given to a devotee, and the person giving the feedback asked, is it okay if I give you a feedback, Prabhu? This devotee with genuine tears in his eyes folded his hand and said, yes, feedback is a gift. It's a gift. Please give. I want it. Only through feedback will I know how I can improve. So this washerman, he became very angry when he heard the request from Kṛṣṇa. And he replied in a very insulting way. I don't even want to read his words. In verse number 35. I don't want to read. But to understand the Leela, we have to. So this washerman told Kṛṣṇa and Balram, you impudent boys, you uncultured, uncivilized boys, forest dwellers, you are asking for these garments? These garments are meant for the king. How audacious of you to even think that you could touch these garments. You are certainly not qualified. Go away. Leave the city of Mathura. If you ask again for the garments of the king, we will get you arrested. Very rudely, he told Kṛṣṇa. We'll get you arrested by the king's servants. Text number 37. Evam vikathamanasya kupito devaki sutaha rajakasya karagrena shira kayad apataya. This is very interesting. He's a washerman. Washerman is supposed to remove the rajakasya. He's supposed to remove the raj, the mud from the clothes. They're supposed to do marjanam of the clothes. They're supposed to be clean. But this washerman is teaching us, if we focus on keeping the externals clean, but don't focus on cleaning the internals, we will end up like this. Cleanliness is important. External cleanliness is important and internal cleanliness is important. Her Grace Yamuna Devi, one of the very senior disciples of Srila Prabhupada's. Every day in every ISKCON temple, we hear her sweet voice singing the Brahma Samhita prayers, Govindam Ādi Puruṣam. She was a very advanced devotee. Perhaps in the early days, one of the most advanced devotees in ISKCON, Yamuna Devi. I have heard that Srila Prabhupada once even commented. Some complained that why should we as sannyasis and brahmacharis hear a lady's voice singing? It may not be favorable. F is favorable. It may not be favorable for our bhajan to hear a lady. And Srila Prabhupada said, don't you want to become purified? She's on the platform of bhav. By hearing her voice, you will become purified. Don't you want to become purified? Prabhupada said. Bhav. Have you heard that, Prabhuji? Yeah, even I have heard. Prabhupada commented like that. That Yamuna Devi was on the bhav platform, which is the 8th platform, just before prem. So Yamuna Devi, when she came and met Prabhupada perhaps for the very first time, during the wedding of Mukunda Prabhu and Janaki Devi. She was Janaki Devi's sister. So she came to New York and Srila Prabhupada was cooking a 14-course meal for all the attendees single-handedly. And Yamuna Devi was interested in cooking. So she asked Prabhupada, Swamiji, can I assist you? Sure. So she was assisting. And Prabhupada told her, I'm going to make 14 items. I will give you the 15th item to make. You just make this one item. And it was aloo kachori. Yamuna Mataji was telling in the video, aloo kachori. And she said, this is the most difficult kachori to make. If there is dal inside the kachori, it's easy. But when it is aloo, she said, it cannot get too greasy. It should not be uncooked also. She said, it's the most difficult kachori to make. And Prabhupada taught her how to do it. And she was really focusing hard to get it right. She said, for 4 hours, I was struggling. just to make that aloo kachori. She said it's not made commonly. It's a very difficult thing to make. So she was working, and then it was very warm in the kitchen. She asked Prabhupada, Prabhupada, can I have some water? Go wash your hands. Prabhupada said, go wash your hands. After some time, she said, Prabhupada, can I have a cigarette? Prabhupada said, go wash your hands. No, you cannot. Then it was really very warm inside. And she said, Prabhupada, it's so warm. Can I just go out a little bit and get some fresh? Go wash your hands. Because, she wiped her brow. There was beads of sweat on her forehead. Go wash your hands. So no drinking water, no going out, and nothing. Just focus on cooking. No cigarettes. So she asked Prabhupada, Swamiji, what's about all this? And why can't I just take a break while cooking? Prabhupada said, when you cook for Kṛṣṇa, two things are important. Cleanliness externally. You cannot be touching your sweat. You cannot be drinking water. You cannot be smoking or gratifying your own senses. That's external cleanliness. But internal cleanliness is also important. And Yamuna Devi asked Prabhupada, what do you mean internal cleanliness while cooking? And Prabhupada said, when you're cooking for Kṛṣṇa, you should be thinking, I am cooking for Kṛṣṇa. I am cooking for Radharani. I am their maid servant cooking for them. Therefore, my bodily needs don't matter at this time. You have to be completely Kṛṣṇa conscious while cooking. Completely Kṛṣṇa conscious while cooking. So she said, in my very first meeting, on the very first day in Kṛṣṇa consciousness, Prabhupada taught me internal cleanliness and external cleanliness while serving Kṛṣṇa. That is first class. So, this washerman teaches us that externally one may be very clean, like he was carrying very fine, clean clothes, starched, probably ironed, and tuck, very nice. But internally he was not clean. So external cleanliness is important, but internal cleanliness is also very important. So he got very angry. And what did Kṛṣṇa do? We read this verse number 37. As the washerman thus spoke brazenly, Devaki Nandan, Devaki Sutta, the son of Devaki, that is Kṛṣṇa, became angry. Kṛṣṇa became angry. And then merely with his fingertips, Karagrena. Kara means your fingers of your hand, and Agra means the tip. Karagrena, he touched the neck of the washerman with the tip of his fingers, like this, and separated the man's head from his body. He beheaded him. Kṛṣṇa. Two things we can take from this verse. The son of Devaki became angry. Kupito Devaki Sutta. Kupito means he became angry. The absolute is sentient, thou hast proved. Impersonal calamity, thou hast moved. What do we learn from this? That Kṛṣṇa is supreme personality of Godhead, but he is sentient. Kṛṣṇa has feelings. When Kṛṣṇa is insulted, he feels bad. Srila Prabhupada writes in the purport, in the third canto, where Varahadev is mentioned. When Varahadev is coming out of the ocean, when Hiranyaksha comes and says, hey, amphibious beast, where are you going? When he blasphemes, Varahadev, Srila Prabhupada writes in the purport that Varahadev felt very bad. And oh, these are Jay and Vijay, these are my eternal servants, look how he's talking to me. Which means Kṛṣṇa has feelings. Kṛṣṇa is a person just like us. The only difference is we are Anu and he is Vibhu. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur in Jaiva Dharma says, we are Anu Chid Vastu. We are small particle of Kṛṣṇa. And Kṛṣṇa is Brihat Chid Vastu. He is also Chid Vastu. He is a sentient being, but he is the greatest. Nityo Nityanam, Chetanas Chetananam. So one point is Kṛṣṇa became angry, means when Kṛṣṇa is insulted, Kṛṣṇa is ill-treated, Kṛṣṇa feels bad. Going to the other spectrum, when Kṛṣṇa is pampered, when Kṛṣṇa is showered with our love, Kṛṣṇa feels happy. Kṛṣṇa feels happy. Would you like to repeat a very beautiful verse from Shri Padyavali, compiled by Srila Rupa Goswami? This is one of my many favorite verses. This is one of the favorite verses. व्याधस्याचरणो ध्रुवस्य च वयो विद्या गजेन्द्रस्य का व्याधस्याचरणं ध्रुवस्य च वयो विद्या गजेन्द्रस्य का कुब्जाया किमुनाम रूपमधिकं किं तत्सुदाम्नो धनम् कुब्जाया किमुनाम रूपमधिकं किं तत्सुदाम्नो धनम् वंशः को विदुरस्य यादवपतेरुग्रस्य किं पौरुषम् वंशः को विदुरस्य यादवपते उग्रस्य किं पौरुषम्. This is the favorite sentence. Bhaktya tushati kevalam na cha gunair bhakti priyo madhava. Bhaktya tushati kevalam na cha gunair bhakti priyo madhava. All the kids, raise your hands. Those who are kids here, those who consider themselves kids. Lord Jesus Christ said we have to have childlike innocence to enter the kingdom of God. Sunday, day after tomorrow, when we come for Sunday feast, all of you recite this verse. So it's a verse for memorization. Can you all do it? You knew this verse?
I have it.
You have it, so make sure you share with all the bachas, all the kiddies. Everybody should memorize and recite as a chorus on Sunday. It's a very beautiful verse. Okay, so let's understand the meaning. Vyadhasya charana. Acharan means nice behavior. You know, we say sadachar, nice behavior. Vyadh means the hunter. Now, hunter can be Mrigari from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. Vyadh can be the Dharma Vyadh of Mahabharata. Vyadh can be Valmiki. So, what was the good acharan of the hunter who became a devotee? Srila Rupa Goswami is asking. Vyadhasya acharana. What was the nice etiquette that the hunter followed? Was he eating with fork and spoon? Was he not opening his mouth while chewing the food? What good manners did the hunter have? He was just living in the forest. But Ram, 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 Ram. He became Valmiki Muni. Our Mrigari chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare became the most gentle sadhu. So Vyadhas Acharana. What was the high culture or the mannerisms or etiquettes of the hunter? Vyadha. Nothing. Vyadhasya charanam Dhruvasya chavayo. And what was the age of Dhruv? He was in Kumar Avastha, 5 years old, not even Pauganda. So one cannot say that to become a perfect devotee of Krishna, to become a first-class devotee of Krishna, one has to be very highly cultured, have very perfect mannerisms. Not required, because the hunter became a first-class devotee. Vyadhasya charanam. Is it that to become a pure devotee, first-class devotee, one has to be very old? One has to have 50 years in Krishna consciousness. Like in the material world, to be able to vote, you have to be 18 years old. 17 years won't do. 17 and a half won't do. You have to be 18 years old. Is it something like that in bhakti? After initiation, after your spiritual birth, you have to wait 18 years to become a first-class devotee? No. How much time did Maharaj Khatwanga have?
1 second.
Yeah. 1 second for the demigods. 1 muhurta. Bhagavatam says. He had 1 muhurta. Very short time, few minutes. And he just offered himself to Krishna. So, time or age is not a bar for becoming a first-class devotee. What is the proof? Dhruv. He had darshan of Krishna when he was 5 years old, in 6 months. How many of us have been in Krishna consciousness for more than 6 months? Dhruv Maharaj got it in 6 months. So age is not a criterion. Vyadhasya charanam dhruvasya chavayo. One has to be PhD, or at least a master's degree, to become a first-class devotee. Yes? No. What is the proof? Vidya Gajendrasya kya? Which Ivy League did Gajendra go to? Which university did Gajendra go to? But Krishna accepted his devotion. Vidya Gajendrasya kya? Well, one has to be famous and one has to be very beautiful. Kubjaya kimunama rupam. What was the fame of Kubja? Oh, she is just the maid servant of Kamsa. And Roop, her beauty, oh, that ugly hunchback woman, everybody would call Kubja. So Kubja didn't have fame, she didn't have physical beauty. But still Krishna accepted her. Krishna called her very beautiful faced. Krishna saw the potential in her. Krishna saw the inner beauty of Kubja. So physical beauty is not necessary for becoming a first-class devotee of Krishna. Nor is fame required. Kubjaya kimu nama rupam adhikam. Well, wealth is required. Money is required. No. Kimno sudamno dhanam. What was the checking account of Sudama? He didn't have one. How much did he have in 401k? He didn't have nothing. Like they say in the double negatives. He didn't have nothing. I find it so funny. Srimad Ayendra Prabhu, having lived in Vrindavan for 24 years, he would still talk in double negatives. You don't have no Bhakti Shakti, you can give no Bhakti Shakti. He would say. Even after living in Vrindavan for 24 years, he would talk like that. Very, very sweet. So, if you don't have money, it's not a disqualification for becoming a first-class devotee. Proof is Sudama. He was akinchan. So kimno sudamno dhanam. Well, one has to be born in a very high-class family to become a first-class devotee. Vamsha ko vidurasya. He was the son of a Dasiputra. He was Dasiputra. He was son of a Shudra. So even requirement that one should be born in a Brahmin family is not required. In fact, in one book, Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, he writes, glorification of all the disciples of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Prabhupada. So he glorifies Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Maharaj, he glorifies Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj, and he glorifies many of these disciples, exalted disciples of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. This devotee was born in a very pure Brahmin family. This devotee was born, like he glorifies on different criteria, giving a family background also. And when Srila Narayan Maharaj glorifies our Prabhupada, Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada, he simply says, Swami Maharaj appeared in a family of pure devotees. And he says that is the best. Best family is a family of pure devotees. Because Prabhupada himself writes, Shri Gaur Mohan De, his father was a pure devotee. And then he says that he was related to the family of Uddharan Thakur, Uddharan Das Thakur, who were a disciple of Shri Nityananda Prabhu. And then from the Malik side, Prabhupada is related to Shri Narottam Das Thakur. From the Day side, yeah. So very, very exalted. And his father was a pure, father and mother both were pure devotees. So Prabhupada's introduction is, he appeared in the family of pure devotees. Doesn't get better than that. So like that. So even getting birth in a very high-class, devoted or cultured family is also not required. It's not necessary. It's great. If it is there, it's great. But Srila Bhakti Tirtha Swami Maharaj, he never saw his father. He was raised by a single mother in the ghettos of Cleveland, Ohio. So from a point of view of pious activities, that sounds like very underprivileged birth. That what kind of, there is no Garbhadan Samskar. They probably didn't even know what is Garbhadan Samskar. But the son became a pure devotee. Srila Bhakti Tirtha Swami Maharaj. So even getting birth in a very high-class family is great if it is there, but it's not a requirement to become a first-class devotee of Krishna. Proof is Vidur. Vamsha ko vidurasya. Well, it is important to be physically very strong and powerful. No, even that is not required. Vamsha ko vidurasya yadavapate. Ugrasya kim paurusham. Ugrasen Maharaj, Krishna respected him so much. His grandfather made him the king of Mathura and Dwarka, would give him reports, ask him questions, follow his orders. Ugrasen Maharaj. Srila Rupa Goswami asks, Kim Paurusha? How many demons did he kill? Ugrasen Maharaj, how many battles he fought? There is no mention that he was a Maharathi or he could shoot arrows very well. No, he was compared to the other Kshatriyas, he was quite weak physically. But Krishna accepted him. Which means all these attributes, what are the attributes? High culture, age, money, physical beauty, reputation, education, family lineage, and physical strength. These are all guna, these are all qualities, but they are not required to become a first-class devotee. So what is required? In the fourth line, Srila Rupa Goswami writes, Bhaktya tushyati kevalam nacha guna. Nacha guna. All these guna are enumerated, but nacha guna, not these qualities. What satisfies Krishna? What pleases Krishna? Bhaktya tushyati kevalam. Only bhakti. Krishna is concerned only with bhakti. Bhaktya tushyati kevalam. Like Hare Ram eva kevalam. Till Rupa Goswami says, Bhaktya tushyati kevalam. Only bhakti satisfies Krishna. And if there is any doubt, he concludes the verse by saying, Bhakti Priyo Madhava. Bhagwan Madhava keval Bhakti Priya hai. Krishna likes only bhakti, nothing else. Without bhakti, he will not accept anything. So very beautiful verse, na? So let's recite it together. If somebody has it, we'll recite it together. Vyadhasya charanam dhruvasya chavayo vidya gajendrasya ka kubjaya kimuna marupamadhikam kim tat sudamno dhanam vamshako vidurasya yadava pater grasa kim paurusham bhaktya tushyati kevalam nacha gunair bhakti priyo madhava. Bhakti Priyo Madhava. So Krishna feels bad when he is ill-treated. Krishna feels happy when he is showered with love and bhakti. The second point that we can learn from this is my spiritual master, His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj, was asked, why did Krishna behead this poor washerman for such a small offense? He just refused to give Kamsa's clothes. When he was not supposed to give them to Krishna, they are Kamsa's clothes. And he's Kamsa's servant. So he refused and Krishna beheads him right in the middle of the street. That sounds excessive. It's too much. Overkill, like they say. Overkill. So why did he behead him? So my spiritual master, Srila Radhanath Swami Maharaj, said that look at this verse. He's saying, you impudent boys, you are accustomed to roaming the mountains and forests, and yet you would dare put on such clothes as these, royal clothes? These are the king's possessions you are asking for. Fools, get out of here quickly. Don't beg like this if you want to stay alive. When someone is too bold, King Kamsa's men arrest him and kill him and take away all his property. So my spiritual master said that this washerman is talking as if he has lost his head. So Krishna just made it happen. He was anyway talking as if he had lost his head. Is this how he talked to Krishna? So that was very funny. So anyway, the washerman died. He just dropped dead on the road. And then Krishna very casually took whichever clothes he liked. And Balram took clothes. And the friends came and they took clothes. And they put them on. And they went their way. So my spiritual master said in this regard, this means that Krishna anyway will take away everything. Krishna, Mrityu Sarva Haras Chaham. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, in the form of death, I take away everything. So Krishna is going to take away all those beautiful clothes that you have anyway. Why not give them voluntarily? Why not give them with bhakti? Why not give them with love to Krishna? What happens when we give them with love? That's the next story in the same chapter. So Krishna Balram, they put on those clothes and they go. And what happens? They walk a little further and they come upon a weaver. Weaver is one who makes garments. Now he is also Kamsa's weaver. He makes clothes for King Kamsa. So they come across this weaver. And this weaver, feeling affection for Kṛṣṇa and Balram, without them even asking. So there Kṛṣṇa had to ask, give those clothes. Here they didn't even have to ask. He saw Kṛṣṇa Balram, spontaneously got attracted, and offered the clothes that he had. The clothes that he had freshly weaved himself. He had manufactured them in his house. He came and he gave those clothes to Kṛṣṇa Balram and their friends. And they looked resplendent, as mentioned in verse 41. They looked resplendent and they looked as if they were decorated for a great festive occasion. So they accepted the clothes of this weaver. And then Kṛṣṇa profusely blessed this weaver with not only good health, good wealth, but also spiritual perfection. See the difference, see the contrast between the washerman who lost everything and the weaver. Weaver got bhakti, the washerman got mukti. It is mentioned in Garga Samhita that this washerman, when he was beheaded, his soul came out, effulgent soul, and entered into the body of Kṛṣṇa. Everybody saw. So he got liberation, Sayujya Mukti, impersonal liberation. But this weaver who voluntarily gave the clothes to Kṛṣṇa and Balram to decorate them very nicely, he got bhakti, he got pure devotion. And he got all the material opulences available in this world. And then Kṛṣṇa and Balram continued walking. And they met a Sudama. Now I say there are three Sudamas. There is a Sudama in Mathura, there is a Sudama in Vrindavan, and there is a Sudama in Dwarka. Who can tell who are the other two Sudamas? This is the garland maker, Sudama of Mathura. Who are the other two Sudamas?
Sudama Sakha. Little Sakha.
Where? Very good. He is one of the Dwadasha Gopals. Sudama. Shridam Sudama. So good, very good. And who is the Porbandar wale Sudama? Huh? The poor Brahman. Yeah, Sudama Vipra. There is Sudama Vipra, there is Sudama Sakha, and there is Sudama the garland maker. So, Malakar is the Malakar. He makes the garlands. So, Kṛṣṇa and Balram on their own went to the house of this garland maker. Again, he used to make garlands for Kamsa, the king. These are all royal, first class weaver, first class washerman, and first class garland maker, because they are the top. That's why they were directly serving Kamsa. Kamsa would wear the garlands that he made. So Kṛṣṇa Balram go to his house, and Sudama was so happy. Let's see verse number 44. Tayor asanam aniya padyam chargyar hanadibhihi pujam sanugayos chakre sraktambulanulepanaih. As soon as Kṛṣṇa Balram entered the house of the Sudama, Atithi, they were completely unannounced. It was not planned. There was no flyer that went out that Kṛṣṇa Balram are going to come. No, they just spontaneously went. He was so happy. He immediately got up. He welcomed them in the house with sweet words, offered them a comfortable place to sit, washed their lotus feet, and offered them worship with garlands, with tambul, sandalwood paste, and other presentation, incense, ghee lamp, everything. He started offering arti to Kṛṣṇa and Balram. And then he offered a beautiful prayer in verse number 45. Prahana sarthakam janma pavitam cha kulam prabho pitra devarshayo mayam tushta agamane navam. Sudama, the Malakar, the garland maker, is saying, O Lord, my birth is now sanctified. Sarthakam janma. My birth has become sanctified. My family has become free of contamination. Pavitam cha kulam prabho. O Prabhu Kṛṣṇa, my family has become pavitam, purified by your coming here. Now that you both have come here, my forefathers, the demigods and the great sages are certainly all satisfied with me. They've all become pleased with me because of your Agaman, because of Agaman of both of you. Now, there is a very important lesson here, my dear friends. The last word of this verse, the last word is Vam. Vam means you two. Sudama, the garland maker, is happy that Krishna, Balram both have come. Contrast this with Valmiki Ramayana, where when friendship is made between Sugriv and Ram, Sugriv gives exclusive attention only to Sri Ram, neglecting Lakshman. Therefore, when Ram sent him for the first time, go and challenge Vali, I will kill Vali when you are fighting with him. Ram did not shoot the arrow. He allowed Sugriv to be bashed up, beaten up severely by Vali. And somehow when Vali was about to hit his death blow on the chest of Sugriv, Sugriv somehow wiggled free from his grip and ran away. And then he met Ram. He said, Ram, what happened? You were supposed to shoot the arrow at Vali. You promised me. You never shot. Ram said, I could not distinguish between both of you, because you brothers look alike. But our acharyas have commented, Shri Govindaraj, disciple of Sripad Ramanujacharya, has commented that actually there is a deeper meaning in what Ram is saying. He said, I could not distinguish between Vali and you, Sugriv, which means Vali and Sugriv both are equally sinful. Vali was trying to kill his younger brother, and Sugriv, by insulting Ram's younger brother, is acting just as bad as Vali. Because Sugriv did not acknowledge Lakshman at all. Because what have I got to do with Lakshman? My friendship is with Ram. Ram is going to kill Vali. Ram is going to get me my wife Ruma back. Ram is going to get me my kingdom back. See that attitude? But who is Lakshman? He's Ādi Guru. He's Balram. He's Nityananda Ram. He's the Ādi Guru. Can we approach Kṛṣṇa without Guru? No. We cannot. Our dear Haripad Prabhu and Goloka Vasini Mataji recently got initiated from His Holiness Veer Kṛṣṇa Goswami Maharaj. Very important step in one's life to take shelter and initiation from one's spiritual master. We cannot approach Kṛṣṇa without Shri Guru. Vande Guru Shri Charanaravind. So, Lakshman is the Guru Tattva and Ram is Bhagavad Tattva, is Bhagwan. We cannot approach Bhagwan without Guru. We cannot approach Kṛṣṇa without Guru. So then, what was the remedy? How to get Sugriv to bow down to Lakshman? Ram came up with a good plan. Actually, it was Hanuman's plan, because Hanuman was a first-class devotee. Remember the second I for today? F-I. F is favorable, I is intelligent. Hanumanji was very intelligent. He said, Lord Ram, let me make a garland. And then this garland Sugriv can wear. And that way, when they are fighting the second time, you'll be able to distinguish. The one with the garland is Sugriv. The one without the garland is Vali. So let me make a garland of forest leaves and flowers. Hanumanji quickly made a garland and gave it to Lakshmanji. And Ram said to Sugriv, Sugriv, go take the garland from Lakshman and wear it. And then again challenge Vali. This time I will certainly kill Vali. So Sugriv goes to Lakshman, first time face to face. And Lakshman is holding the garland and Sugriv bows down. so that Lakshman will put the garland. And simply by bowing down in front of Lakshman, his offense was forgiven. And by receiving the garland from Lakshman, he received the mercy of Guru. Like Sri Guru gives Kanthimala during initiation. So that was the initiation of Sugriv. Then Sugriv went and Lord Ram shot the arrow, killing Vali. But here, Sri Sudama, he is welcoming both. He is giving garlands to both of them. This is first class. Guru and Kṛṣṇa, both. Therefore, we always say, Shri Guru Gauranga ki jai. All glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. And all glories to them means no glories to me. All glories to them. All glories to Guru Gauranga. And all glories to the assembled Vaishnavas. How beautiful. Then he offered very beautiful prayers to Kṛṣṇa and Balaram. And let us read at least one prayer. for our purification. See, Srimad Bhagavatam, the most beautiful part of Srimad Bhagavatam are the prayers. Or the prayers. Whether it is Gopi Geet, whether it is Brahmar Geet, whether it is Pranay Geet, whether it is the prayers of Gajendra, prayers of Dhruv Maharaj, prayers of Vritrasur Maharaj, prayers of Akrur, prayers of Bhishma Dev, prayers of Kunti Devi. Bhagavatam is filled with prayers. And we should not skip over them. they are the essence of Srimad Bhagavatam. So let's read verse number 47. Nahi vam vishama drishtihi suridor jagadātmanoh samayo sarva bhuteshu bhajata bhajantam bhajator api. Because you are the well-wishing friends and supreme soul of the whole universe. Suridor, you're the best wishing friend. Surid, Krishna says in Gita, Suridam Sarvabhutana. Same thing. And Jagadātmana, you are the Paramatma. You are the super soul. You regard all with equal, unbiased vision. Therefore, although you reciprocate your devotees' loving worship, you always remain equally disposed toward all living beings. Isn't this a beautiful prayer and very relevant? Krishna just killed one washerman on the road, and he rewarded a weaver and rewarded Sudama, garland maker. But Sudama is saying you are equal to all. Krishna just killed somebody and rewarded somebody and said you are equal. Why? Because Krishna gave equal opportunity to both. Now, how you approach Krishna, Krishna will reciprocate accordingly. Ye yatha mam prapadyante, tam sadeva bhajamyaham. The washerman was vicious towards Krishna. And he was talking as if he had lost his head. So Krishna made him lose his head. Whereas the weaver showered Krishna Balaram with so much affection. So Krishna showered him with affection. Sudama, the garland maker, offered what he had, the best garlands, and Krishna accepted. And Krishna is going to benedict him now, we'll see. Another very beautiful lesson, my dear friends, is we can offer Krishna what we have. Krishna accepts whatever we have. Krishna is not expecting fine clothes from Sudama the garland maker. Nor did Krishna expect beautiful flower garlands from the weaver, whose forte, whose core competence, his skill was to make clothes. Isn't it? From Shabri, Lord Ramchandra accepted fruits. He didn't say, give me gold plate. No. Whatever she had. So Krishna accepts from us what our core competence is. We don't have to be like anybody else. We can be ourselves. Whatever we can offer Krishna, Gajendra offered a lotus flower because that's what was available. Krishna didn't say, give me mogra. I feel like having a mogra. No. A lotus was available. Gajendra with full devotion offered that lotus flower. Krishna accepted it. So whatever our core competence is, whatever our talent, ability is, based on that we can serve Krishna and Krishna will accept it 100%. Therefore Krishna says, Yat karoshi, yad ashnasi, yad juhoshi dadasiyat, yad tapasyasi konteya, tash kuru samadarpan. Now, after these beautiful prayers were offered by the garland maker Sudama, Krishna Balram looked very delighted and they were very pleased. And they offered him benediction. Sudama, what benediction do you want? Ask whatever you want and it will be granted. So what does Sudama the garland maker ask? Verse number 51, please. Sopi vavre chalam bhaktim tasmin eva khilatmani tad bhakteshu sauhardam bhuteshu cha dayam param. Very beautiful prayer. Can anyone tell me, in essence, What is Sudama the garland maker asking? Yes, he's asking bhakti. Achalam bhakti. Unshakable bhakti. Achalam bhakti he's asking. He's asking for three things. Sudama the garland maker in this verse asking for three things. He's asking for Achalam bhaktim means unshakable bhakti, firm bhakti. Towards who? Akhilatmani, towards Kṛṣṇa. Not for somebody else, for Kṛṣṇa. Bhakti for Kṛṣṇa. Tad bhakteshu cha saurhardam. Friendship with Krishna's devotees. I want bhakti for you, Kṛṣṇa, unshakable bhakti. I want friendship with your devotees, Kṛṣṇa. And bhuteshu cha dayam param. And I want to have transcendental compassion, daya, towards all living entities. What is this? What is he asking to become? A Gaudiya Vaishnava? He is wanting to become a first-class Madhyam Adhikari. Prema Maitri Kripopeksha Yaha Karosi Samadhyama. 11th canto Srimad Bhagavatam, the Navayogendra, they describe that we as devotees, my dear friends, this is very important, so everybody please pay attention. If I ask you, why have you come to ISKCON? Why have you come to Kṛṣṇa consciousness? What would you answer?
Kṛṣṇa Prasad.
To get the mercy of Kṛṣṇa. Very good. What else? Oh, Kṛṣṇa Prasadam. Very specific. This. Hare Krishna. Yes, Kṛṣṇa Prasadam is not different from Kṛṣṇa. No. My question is, why did you join ISKCON? Why did you join the Kṛṣṇa consciousness movement? All of us have joined ISKCON or Kṛṣṇa consciousness for only one reason. We have become Gaudiya Vaishnavas or we have become Vaishnavas only for one reason, all of us. What is that?
To engage in loving service with Krishna.
Okay, engage in the loving service of Krishna. Very good. What else?
As it is connected.
Huh?
The main reason that I know I joined was because the philosophy connected immediately.
We agreed with the philosophy. The philosophy sounded right. You connected with the philosophy. Yes, very good. The institution.
Whole thing.
The whole thing.
Krishna and the deities, the devotees.
The whole package. Hare Krishna. Establish a loving relationship with Krishna. Yes.
Wanted to follow and serve a perfect Guru, Srila Prabhupada.
Wanted to serve and follow a perfect Guru, Srila Prabhupada. Very good.
Go back
To be happy. Very good.
go back to
Go back to Godhead. Very nice. Prabhupada writes that. The purpose of life is to go back. Even Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita so many times, come back to me. Come. Man mana bhavam bhaktam adhyaji mamnosu mam eva shas. Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu mam anuswara yuddhaya. Mai arpita manobuddhir mam eva shasi. Asamshaya. Krishna is giving the formula how we can go back to him. Yes, that's the reason. But if we were to include all these reasons, including Prasad, if we were to include all these reasons and come up with one reason why we all are here today,
give love and
to give love and to have love,
desperate,
desperate,
drowning.
desperate, we are drowning in this material world. Yes, we want relief. Arti, artharthi jigyasu jnani ke bharatarshava. To glorify the Lord. Hare Krishna. This is the reason. All of us are here for this one reason only. There is no second reason. To please Krishna, Radha and Krishna. Samsiddhir Haritoshanam is our motto that we have to, not literally, but we have to tattoo it to our heart. The perfection of everything is Samsiddhir means perfection. Samsiddhir Haritoshanam.
Go, but you don't know that.
So we don't know when we joined, but today we know. Now we know. We are here for one common purpose, to please Krishna. Everything we do, whether it is prasad seva, whether it is chanting seva, whether it is satsang, whatever seva we do, whether it is cooking seva, making dresses for Krishna, hearing seva, chanting seva, speaking seva, remembering seva, whatever seva we do, the sole purpose is to please Krishna. Yes, because Prabhupada, Krishna cannot be pleased if Guru is not pleased. Yasya prasada bhagavad prasada. Yasya prasada nagati kuto. So it goes. Prabhupada and Krishna, they're one in spirit. Like Prabhupada said, His Grace Hayagriv Prabhu, in his book, The Hare Krishna Explosion, he writes that they had gone upstate New York one day to Dr. Mishra's yoga studio in the early days. And Hayagriv Prabhu was taking rest in the lawn at night. They took rest in the lawn at night. And he had a dream. He saw Krishna speaking Bhagavad Gita to Arjun. And then the scene changed. And he saw Prabhupada speaking Bhagavad Gita to him. He got all excited. Wow, what a dream. So in the morning, he went to Srila Prabhupada and told Prabhupada his dream. And Prabhupada said it is not different. Krishna speaking Bhagavad Gita to Arjun and me speaking to you is not different. Prabhupada said, because Krishna says, worship me. Madhyaji. Krishna says, become my devotee. Bhava mad bhakto. And I am saying, worship Krishna. Become Krishna's devotee. So it is not different. So yes, pleasing Krishna means pleasing Prabhupada. Because Prabhupada's will is one with Krishna's will. So we are here, my dear friends, all of us with one common goal, to please Srila Prabhupada and Krishna, to please Guru and Krishna. There is no other purpose in our life other than this. What is the only purpose we exist for? To please Krishna, to please Guru and Krishna. So we should remember that. So, if we want to please Krishna, now this is very important, we have to all try to become good Madhyam Adhikaris. Because Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wants us to please, wants us to preach. Correct? What is the proof? Mahaprabhu wants us to preach. Yes. Jare dekho tare kaho Krishna upadesh. Amara agya guru hai tara ei desh. Mahaprabhu wants us to preach. Prithivityacha nagaradigram. Sarvatra prachar hoibe mora naam. So we have to preach. Gauravani pracharine. We are followers of Prabhupada. Prabhupada's mission is preaching mission. So we have to, when Srila Prabhupada was asked, Prabhupada, how can we please you? Prabhupada said, just accept what I have come to give you and share it with others. Everybody remembers this? So we have to become Krishna conscious and we have to share Krishna consciousness with others. If we want to share Krishna consciousness with others, only a Madhyam Adhikari can do it. Uttam Adhikari cannot, because Uttam Adhikari sees everyone as a pure devotee. Like our Raghunath Bhatta Goswami. Very elevated spiritual status. We want to get there, yes, but we don't want to become premature Paramhamsas also. We want to organically grow to that stage, Paramhamsa stage. But right now, all of us, our aim should be to become good Madhyam Adhikaris. What? Become good, well-situated Madhyam Adhikaris.
First class.
Hare Krishna. To become first-class Madhyam Adhikaris. Kanishta Adhikari cannot preach effectively because lacks Shraddha and lacks Shastra Yukti. Lacks faith and lacks knowledge of Shastra, scriptures. So Kanishta cannot preach. Uttam Adhikari doesn't preach because he's completely absorbed. Sthavar Jangam dekhe na dekhe tara murti sarvatra hai nija ishta deva spurti. He's singing Radha Krishna everywhere. So that is the prayojan. We want to get there. But right now, our aim should be to become good, well-situated, first-class Madhyam Adhikaris. And Srimad Bhagavatam teaches us Madhyam Adhikari has got 4 characteristics, which we should understand. Sambandha Jnana means to understand the relation with these 4 entities. One is Ishwar, Bhagwan. Second is the devotees. Third is the non-devotees. And fourth is the envious people. Prem, Maitri, Kripa, Upeksha. Yaha karoti samadhyam. A madhyam does 4 things. Prem. He has prem for Ishwar. Love for Krishna. Prem, Maitri. Maitri with Krishna's Tajjaneshu. Krishna's devotees. He has friendship. Prema, Maitri, Kripa. And he offers his Kripa. He offers his association to Balisheshu. What is the quality of a child? A child is innocent and a child is also ignorant. Correct? That's why the child goes to school to learn ABC, to get knowledge. So child is ignorant and child is innocent. Balisheshu. So those people who are innocent and they are without knowledge of Krishna, we should give our association to them and preach to them, trying to share the joy in our heart with them because they are innocent. But then there is a fourth category called envious. Those who are envious of Krishna. For them, what does a Madhyamadhikari do? Upeksha. Upeksha means avoid that association. Stay away from them. Asat sanga tyagai Vaishnavachar. So prema, maitri, kripa, upeksha, yaha karoti samadhyam. Analyze this verse 51 now with this definition. What is he asking? I want bhakti, achalam bhakti. I want unshakable bhakti for Krishna. Means I want love for Krishna. Tad bhakteshu ja sauhardam. I want friendship with your devotees. And bhuteshu ja dayam param. I want to have kripa, daya for the innocent people. So he wants to become a first class Madhyamadhikari. This is his prayer. And Krishna granted all that and more. Krishna gave him material opulence. Krishna gave him everything that he wanted, plus what he prayed for. He gave him pure bhakti. He gave him friendship with the devotees and gave him the ability to preach to the innocent people in general. Now the conclusion of the class. Garga Samhita gives additional details to this pastime. Would you like to know? Garga Samhita tells us who the washerman was in his previous life, who the weaver was in his previous life, and who Sudama the garland maker was in his previous life. So I will quickly narrate this. This is from the 5th canto of the Garga Samhita. Shripad Narad Muni is being asked by Maharaj Bahulashva of Mithila. Bahulashva Maharaj is asking from Shripad Narad Muni, and Shripad Narad Muni, who is Trikalagya, who knows past, present, and future, is telling. So first is the washerman. Shripad Narad Muni says that in Treta Yuga, when Lord Ramachandra was manifesting his pastimes in Ayodhya, one day Lord Ramachandra, one evening, he was going around trying to listen to the citizens. And one dhobi, one washerman, was fighting with his wife and chastising his wife. Why are you late? I will not accept you in the house. I am not like a hen-pecked husband like that Ram, who will accept his wife who stayed almost for a year in another man's house. I am not hen-pecked like him. I reject you. Go away. Ram heard the dhobi, washerman, speak like this to his wife. So Lord Ramchandra was deeply hurt for a variety of reasons. One reason being that the women should not misuse the example of Srimati Sita Devi. That they go somewhere else and then come and say, oh, you have to accept us. Ram accepted Sita. Yes, but after Agni Pariksha. But anyway, to set a right example in society and to show the world that I am not a attached person and I care about setting the right example in society more than my own happy family life. I am willing to give up my happy family life to set the right example. If my example is going to lead to misunderstanding and people misusing my example, then I want to set things right, even at the cost of my own personal happiness. This is Ram and Sita. External reason. Internal reason is they wanted to taste Vipralamba. They wanted to taste Vipra. Srila Gaur Govind Maharaj writes this. They wanted to taste Vipralamba. So they voluntarily separated. But anyway, when Lord Ramachandra heard this washerman Dhobi blaspheme him and blaspheme Sitaji like this, he is Maryada Purushottam. He didn't want to punish him, but he punished himself. But when Ramchandra came as Kṛṣṇa, this washerman appeared as a washerman in Mathura. Same Dhobi of Ayodhya became the Dhobi of Mathura. But Kṛṣṇa is not Maryada Purushottam. He is Leela Purushottam. He said, how long will you blaspheme, Baba? How long will you blaspheme? In Treta Yuga also you are blaspheming. Now in Dwapar Yuga also you are blaspheming. How much you will blaspheme? Let me stop your blasphemy and give you liberation. So he stopped his blasphemy, cut off his throat to stop his blasphemy, and gave him liberation. Mukti. Mukti pradada sarvesham Vishnu reva na samshaya. Mukunda gave him mukti, which is given to the demons out of mercy. Shri Krishna Bhagwan ki jai. Then the weaver. Garga Samhita explains who this weaver was. Sripad Narad Muni says, same time when Sita Kalyanam took place, the marriage between Sita and Ram took place, Janak Maharaj appointed this weaver to make the marriage clothes for Ram and Lakshman and Bharat and Shatrugna. Okay? He specialized in men's clothes. So he didn't stitch for Sita ji, Urmila, Mandavi, and Shrutakirti. He stitched for the four brothers. There were other tailors who specialized in female garments. So this garment maker in Mithila, in Treta Yuga, made clothes for Ram, Lakshman, Bharat, and Shatrugna. And he was a weaver. So he made the clothes, very nice clothes, and gave it to Janak Maharaj. And Janak Maharaj and Dashrath Maharaj gave it to the four sons, Ram, Lakshman, Bharat, Shatrugna, and they wore. But see, stitching clothes for someone is a very personal thing, is it not? You take into account the person, his or her complexion, their body size, the occasion, the mood, color combination, and how it is worn. Everything, the love is in the details, right? So this garment maker, this weaver, made nice clothes for Ram and Lakshman. But the way the royal servants put them on for Ram and Lakshman, this weaver was looking, he was attending the marriage ceremony, he was looking at Ram and Lakshman, he was thinking, I had stitched that cloth, it should have been on the left shoulder, not right shoulder. This should have been tucked here, not there. He was thinking like this, that, oh, if only I could personally do it. These people don't get it. This is how I had made it. This is how it should be. He was thinking like this throughout the marriage ceremony. And Ram is Antaryami. He knows everyone's heart. He understood. He said, okay, in the next incarnation, you personally with your own hands, make me wear clothes. So this time when they came as Kṛṣṇa and Balaram, this garment maker with his own hands, he did Shringar. He got to do Shringar. Hare Krishna. And then finally, the Sudama garland maker. Not garment maker, garland maker. In his previous birth, his name was Hema Mali. Shripad Narad Muni is explaining. And he was a personal servant of Kuber. And Kuber, we know, is a very close friend and devotee of Lord Shiva. Every day, Kuberji goes to meet Lord Shiva. And he takes his servants with him. So Hema Mali, Mali means gardener. So he was the gardener of Kuber. Now Kuber is very rich. So he has a very big, nice garden with beautiful flowers. And the head Mali, the head gardener is this Hema Mali. So every day he would go with Kuber to meet Lord Shiva. And who is Lord Shiva? Vaishnavanam? Yatha Shambhu. He is the greatest Vaishnava. So he would take with him 300 lotus flowers every day. And with his own hands, he would offer Lord Shiva lotus flowers. 300 lotus flowers for 5,000 years. He did this. Every day, Kuber would go to meet his friend, Lord Shiva, and our Hema Mali would go and he would personally offer Shivji 300 lotus flowers every single day, day after day, without fail. Finally, one day, Lord Shiva said to this Hema Mali, my dear gardener, every day you come and offer 300 beautiful, fragrant lotus flowers to me. What do you want from me? I am not your master. Your master is Kuber. You're offering me. What do you want from me? And Hema Mali replied that actually I am a devotee of Lord Vishnu. And I have an impossible desire. I should not even desire like this. It's too much. Too audacious of me to desire like this. But I have a desire what to do. My desire is that Lord Ananta and Lord Vishnu, they should both come to my house. And I should be able to decorate their bodies with garlands that I have made. Now tell me, Lord Shiva, is this ever going to be possible? It's an impossible dream I have. But what to do? You asked me what I want. This is my only cherished desire, that I want to offer them the best garlands. And they should come to my house. They should set foot in my house. This is my desire. I don't know why I have this, but I have this desire. Ashutosh, Lord Shiva said, Tathastu. It will be so. Your impossible dream will come true. In Dwapar Yug, you will take birth as Sudama, the garland maker in Mathura. And believe it or not, my dear child, Kṛṣṇa and Balram, who are the source of Lord Vishnu and Lord Ananta, will come to your house and you offer them the choicest garlands you want. So he became Sudama. And Kṛṣṇa Balram came to his house and allowed him. He didn't even invite. They came. Satyam vidhatum nijabhritya bhashitam. To make the words of Lord Shiva true, Kṛṣṇa Balram came. All of you heard this story? All of you heard this story, right? Hare Krishna. But the story doesn't end here, my dear friends. Hari Ananta, Hari Katha Ananta. This same story that I'm telling you from Garga Samhita, couple thousand years ago, one Bhagavad Kathakar was speaking from Srimad Bhagavatam. I beg your pardon, not Garga Samhita, but the story of Sudama, the garland maker from Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, was going on somewhere in South India in a Bhagavad Katha. And one man was listening. Now, see, some things that we hear in Katha just strike a chord with us. They just go deep in the heart. Have you experienced that? Something we hear in Katha and it just goes deep. So this simple man, he was listening to this Bhagavad Katha, the same Katha that all of us heard today. Story of Sudama, the garland maker of Mathura. How he offered garlands to Kṛṣṇa Balram and they were very pleased with him. He heard the story, the Katha ended, he got up and left, and he just carried this story in his heart. And he was so inspired by the story of Sudama, he said, that's it. Today, in the Bhagavatam class, I found the mission of my life. I will make a garland for Kṛṣṇa every day of my life. That is the exclusive service I want to do, and nothing else. He became devotee by hearing that one Katha. And he went home and cultivated a garden. And he lived in Srirangam. So he had deity of Lord Vishnu in his house, but also Lord Ranganath is there in the temple. So he cultivated a beautiful garden and grew beautiful, fragrant, colorful, soft flowers in such a way, so first class, so expertly, that in every season, every day of the year, 365 days a year, he would have fresh, colorful, soft, fragrant flowers for Thakurji. And he made the most exquisite garland of choicest flowers with tulsi leaves and tulsi manjaris every single day. He had a huge garden, and that was his exclusive service. Nothing else. His whole day revolved around watering those plants, giving them fertilizer, manure, so that tomorrow the flowers will come. Early in the morning, he would take a bath in the Kaveri river, come, start plucking the tulsi leaves, tulsi manjaris, flowers, and he would put a big asan, spread the flowers, tulsi manjari leaves, sit with his long needle and thread, and he would imagine what design I want, what color combination, everything, and he would start. And he would, for hours, he would make that garland, one garland from all the flowers. One garland he would make. Huge garland to the knees, big garland, and he would go and offer it. That was his. Then he will go and start watering again, putting cow dung so that next day there will be nice flowers. This was his whole dincharya. His whole schedule was like that. Just by hearing one Bhagavatam class. One story of Srimad Bhagavatam, the story of Sudama. Years and years and years went by, and he continued like this. One day, there was a debate in the palace of great pundits, learned scholars, whether God is a person or not. Personalism versus impersonalism. And the king invited different pundits who were learned in the Shastra. The name of this devotee who used to make garlands was Vishnu Chitta. Some suggested to the king that there is one person called Vishnu Chitta. He is a very big personalist. So to represent the personalist camp, we should invite him also to debate. Even though he is illiterate and he is not a pandit, but he's always making garlands for the person, Kṛṣṇa. So let's invite him. So he was invited. And there were big pandits also. And the debate started. And the impersonalists were winning. And in the end, when the impersonalist almost had won, and they said, any final comments from the bhaktas? Our Vishnu Chitta raised his hand and he stood up. And with a simple heart, with pure devotion, he shared the love that he had for his Thakurji, for Kṛṣṇa. And how Kṛṣṇa reciprocates with him every day, how Kṛṣṇa speaks with him, how Kṛṣṇa tells him that that flower combination was very good. Hey, I like the smell, fragrance of that flower. Keep it closer to me when you make the combination. He just shared the love of his heart, his experiences in the assembly. And everybody was moved to tears. Everybody just stood up, offered obeisances and said, we accept him. We accept his version as the most realized. What we are speaking is bookish knowledge. But this is pratyakshaavagamam punya. Susukam kartuvamaya. So everybody accepted that God is a person. And the king said, hey, this Vishnu Chitta, I don't even know who he is. He came and he won the debate. I accept him as my Gurudev. So the king took initiation from Vishnu Chitta. And suddenly this Vishnu Chitta, from being an unknown gardener in some corner of the kingdom, now becomes the Rajguru, the spiritual master of the king. And after giving initiation to the king, he said, okay, now I have to go and water my plants. Let me go. The king said, oh, you cannot go like this. You are my guru. You will go in a royal procession on an elephant. You will ride on the elephant with royal musicians, the Brahmins chanting mantras from the Vedas. In the royal procession, he went. And when he reached his home, he just got down from the elephant, entered his hut, and entered his garden and continued with his duty. And every day the king said, I want to hear some good instructions from you. Every day he would get on the elephant. The king would send the elephant. He would go, come and continue with his seva. Just the way it was. No ego, no pride. Even when he was sitting on the elephant, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Because see, any seva we do, it is Harinam that makes it complete. Without Harinam, Navavida Bhakti is incomplete. What is the proof? Yes. Harinam eva kevalam. There is nothing else in Kali Yuga. Kalau nasti eva. In Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, please repeat after me. Eka Krishna nama kare sarva papa kshaye.
Eka Kṛṣṇa nama kare sarva papa kshaye.
Navavidha bhakti purna nama haite hai.
Navavida bhakti nama haite hai.
Navavidha bhakti, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Pada Sevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasam, Sakhyam, Atma Nivedanam becomes purna, becomes complete only by chanting the name of Krishna. Without chanting the name of Krishna, no anga, no limba bhakti can be complete. Eka Krishna nama kare sarva papa kshay, Navavidha bhakti purna nama haite hai. So this Vishnu Chitta will always be chanting. Whatever he was doing, making Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. So he carried on. In due course of time, he got married. And he had a daughter. Years went by, and he is continuing with his seva. One day, he was about to go and do the puja in his house, in the mandir of his house, offering that garland that he made for hours that morning. So he would make the garland, he would set it in a big tray, then go prepare the other paraphernalia for puja seva, then come get the garland. So when he went to get the garland, he saw his daughter. She was maybe 10 or 11 years old, wearing that garland, looking in the mirror at herself, adjusting it, seeing how it looks, like this, like this. Hi. Vishnu Chitta was aghast to see. What have you done, my child? That was bhoga. It was supposed to be offered to Kṛṣṇa. It was not yet offered. It is not prasadi. Why did you wear it? Now it is not offerable to Kṛṣṇa. You have touched it. Your hair has touched it. It's not offerable now. He goes to Kṛṣṇa and says, Kṛṣṇa, today no garland for you. My daughter has contaminated it. And he goes to sleep. In the dream, he gets a vision of Kṛṣṇa. And Kṛṣṇa says, I have engaged you in the service of making garlands for me. It was I who made you hear the Bhagavatam class. It was I who inspired you in your heart to make garlands for me. It was I who inspired you to get married. It was I who gave you this daughter. And I am most pleased with your garlands only because your daughter every day wears them first. You saw her only today, but she has been wearing the garlands before me for years. And that is the best part of your garlands, that your daughter has worn them. You know why? Because she has first-class devotion for me. Her bhav is, before Thakurji wears this garland, let me wear it and make sure it feels right. It should not be wet. There should not be any hard parts, any thorns or stems that are sticking out. It should feel comfortable and it should look good. So she looks in the mirror. Is it looking symmetrical? Is it looking good? Is there anything that is pricking me? And if it is perfect, she is the quality control. Then she approves and she keeps. And then because with devotion she has done that, I take great pleasure in wearing the garlands you make. Go right now and bring the garland and offer it to me. He wakes up with a start. He goes to his daughter, give me the garland, give me the garland. Offers it. The daughter comes of age. And he decides that I must find a suitable husband for her. Again, his Thakurji speaks to him. Says, your daughter is not an ordinary daughter. She should marry me. But she will marry me in one of my many forms as I stand in South India. So ask her who she wants to marry. So Vishnu Chitta makes a list of all the prominent deities of Lord Vishnu in South India. Varadraj, Lord Venkateshwara, Lord Ranganath, everybody. And he starts reading one name after the other. My dear child, Lord Varadraj. And she's sitting. My child, Lord Venkateshwar. She's sitting. My child, Lord Ranganath. And suddenly, tears of love come in her eyes, her hair stand on end, she starts trembling, her voice chokes up with ecstasy, just hearing the name Ranganath. Simultaneously, the head pujari of Ranganath ji gets a dream of Ranganath, that I want to marry the daughter of Vishnu Chitta. And Vishnu Chitta goes to the head pujari. I want to say something. I know what you're going to say. Ranganath already told me. The marriage is tomorrow. Bring your daughter. The temple will send a palanquin to bring her to get married to Lord Ranganath. So this daughter gets ready. The next day, she is brought in a huge procession to marry Lord Ranganath. And now she's holding the garland that her father has made to offer it to Lord Ranganath. And as she walks towards Lord Ranganath bends his neck so she can garland him. She garlands Lord Ranganath, and in full view of everyone, she enters into the body of Lord Ranganath and disappears. The name of this daughter of Vishnu Chitta is Andal. Andal, the only female Alwar. And Vishnu Chitta is also one of the Alwars of South India. So Vishnu Chitta became Alwar just by hearing the story of Sudama. And his daughter was Anda, such a great, pure Vaishnavi, just by making garlands for Krishna in a first class way. With love. So these were some of the thoughts I wanted to share with all of you today. And Krishna willing, we will continue tomorrow. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki,
Jai.
Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki,
Jai.
Nitai Gaur Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
Are there any corrections or comments?
Any questions?
Or any? Yes, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Always heard your glories. Today I get to see you in person, so I'm really grateful that you are here. Thank you for wonderful katha. I have a lot of questions, but I'll just ask one for now. During the discourse of the class, you had shared the qualities which may or may not be needed to be the first class devotee. But in the material world, in the neophyte stage, when you are working in the corporate world, there is a term called IDB, Individual Development Plan, where they just say, you are here, but you need this quality, then 3 to 5 years will be there. So my question to you is that in spiritual life, what is that IDP? What is that individual development plan?
Shantir avyartha kalatvam viraktir mana shunyata ashabaddham samutkantha nama gane sadaruchi asaktistat gunakhyane pritistat vasati sthale. You memorize this verse from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. Srila Rupa Goswami has written it in Sri Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu also. It is one of the most essential verses for devotees. This is the GPS, Guru Parampara system. This is the yardstick for all of us to know whether we are headed in the right direction or not. Kshantir means the ability to be peaceful and forgive. Avyartha kalatvam, not to waste a single moment. Every moment we have, it is priceless and it should be used in Krishna's service. We should not spend time browsing the internet or looking at some videos, comedy shows, news, sports. It's a absolute waste of time and it's just polluting our consciousness with no gain. At the time of death, none of those comedy videos, TikTok or Instagram is going to come to our rescue. In the ultimate analysis, what will matter is how much Harinam we have chanted, how much Vaishnava Seva we have done. Prabhu kahe Vaishnava Seva Nama Sankirtan Dui Kara Shigra Pave Shri Krishna Charan. So Avyartha Kalatvam is not to waste time. Shantir Avyartha Kalatvam Viraktir. Virakti means there are two things. There's Tyag and there is Virakti. And there is difference. Tyag means to see a thing as enjoyable, but oh, I have taken initiation. No intoxication, no meat eating, no gambling. I wish I could enjoy in the casino with my friends. Nobody's watching, just today. It's a weekend, So we see those things as enjoyable, but we don't do it because we have taken initiation, because we have taken shelter. Tyag. Tyag kar diya. We give it up because of Guru has said, Krishna has said, Shastra is saying. But Virakti means not to see them as something enjoyable. For example, if I keep a plate of beef in front of you, you will not see it as something enjoyable. So all sorts of sense gratification, we should see like that. When we see them, this is not something that is bhogya vastu. It is not worth enjoying. It is not something enjoyable. That is called Virakti. Are we on the platform of Tyag or are we on the platform of Virakti? Vairagya. Mahaprabhu came to give Vairagya. Vairagya Vidya Nija Bhakti Yoga. Shiksharthameka Purusham Purana. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shariradhari Kripam Buddhiryahtamaha Prapatti. So Shantir Avyartha Kalatvam Virakti. Mana Shunyata. Not to expect any. Mana Shunyata means amanina. Not to expect respect from others. Mana Shunyata. Oh, don't expect respect. Be humble. Should we just be depressed? No. Asha Baddham. Always hopeful I will get Krishna. Yes, I have got so many faults, but someday I will get Krishna. Someday I will get there. Like Srila Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj, in his last days, on his last day, the day he left this world, Srila Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj, one of the last things he did was he called his friend Srila Radhanath Swami Maharaj and said, I want you to sing the Gopi Geet. I want to hear the Gopi Geet. Gopi Geet from the 10th canto, 31st chapter. So Srila Radhanath Swami Maharaj would sing one verse of Gopi Geet, read the translation. Sing second verse of Gopi Geet, translate. All the 19 verses he heard. And then they did kirtan for some time. And a few minutes later, Maharaj's health deteriorated. And then the kirtan became even louder, and then he left this world. So before he did that, he held Maharaj's hand. And he said, Maharaj, so many trials, so many struggles, so many setbacks, so many challenges. But Maharaj, by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, we made it. We made it. I can see the spiritual world. We made it. These were his words. This is called that someday we will get there. Someday we will get there. Always hopeful. This is called Ashabad. Never nirash, never hopeless. A devotee is never hopeless. Always hope. Even Ashwathama had hope. He was such a Vaishnava Aparadhi. He murdered 4 sons of the Pandavas when they were sleeping. So much he displeased Kṛṣṇa by releasing that Brahmastra. Even Duryodhan rejected him. But if you go to Barsana, there is a temple where there is a deity of Ashwathama. Yes, in Barsana. And it is said that when Ashwathama was rejected by everyone, he fell at the feet of Draupadi Devi and said, what is my redemption? How will I be redeemed? And Draupadi said, you take shelter of Radharani. Take shelter of Radharani, Draupadi told. In Mahabharata, it is mentioned Draupadi is a partial incarnation of Shri Lakshmi. In Srila Vyasadev's Mahabharata, it is mentioned that Draupadi Devi was a partial incarnation of Goddess of Fortune. And it is said that in Mahabharata, the only place where Vrindavan is invoked is by Draupadi in the Kuru Sabha when she offers her prayer. She says, Govinda Dwarakavasi Kṛṣṇa Gopi Jana Priya. This Gopi Jana Priya means Gopi Jana Vallabh is not mentioned in anywhere in Mahabharata. Only one place, and that is by Draupadi. So Draupadi had a deep connection with Vraj. Because she is the only devotee in Mahabharata who mentions Vrindavan. Not only that, she says, Vrajanatha Arti Nashanam. That you destroyed all the calamities on Vraj and you are Vrajanath. She calls Kṛṣṇa as Vrajanath. She calls Kṛṣṇa as Gopi Jana Priya. Draupadi. This is very intimate. Nobody has done that in Mahabharata. So Draupadi tells Ashwathama, you go take shelter of Srimati Radharani. Only she can protect you. So Ashwathama came to Barsana and did tapasya. That place is still there in Barsana. And he had darshan of Radharani. And it is mentioned in Padma Puran. Hari Parshad Prabhu actually shared that verse with me. Our Hari Parshad Prabhu, he shared that verse with me long ago. It is mentioned in one of the Puranas that in the next Manvantar, Ashwathama will become Vyas. He'll become Vyasadev. Not Krishna Dvaipayana Vyasadev, but he will become the Vyas in the next Manvantar. Ashwathama. By taking shelter of Radharani. So my point is, even Ashwathama, who is perhaps the most offensive, sinful person in the whole Mahabharata, has hope. Even he has hope. If we take shelter. If we give up our nefarious activities and we take shelter, Ashwathama is going to become Vyas in the next millennium. It's mentioned in the Puranas. So everybody has hope. In Krishna consciousness, there is never hopelessness. That is called Ashabad. Always. So you meet somebody and you come back depressed. Oh, there is no hope now. That is not an advanced devotee. When you associate with the advanced devotee, you will feel hopeful. They will infuse new hope in you. That's an advanced devotee. Ashabadha. Samutkantha. And always enthusiastic. Always eager for Krishna. Nama Gane Sada Ruchi. Always has taste, enthusiasm for hearing and chanting and singing. Nama Gane Sada Ruchi. They will never stop at 16 rounds. More. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Always chant more. Nama Gane Sada Ruchi. You call them for a 1 hour class and they will speak for 5 hours and still keep going. You know, some of our Guru Varga are like that. Keep speaking, keep speaking. Namagane sada ruchi. They have so much taste. Ashabaddam samutkantha namagane sada ruchi. Asaktistak gunakhyane. And to describe the qualities of Krishna, namagane sada ruchi. Chanting the name, they have a lot of taste. And asaktistat gunakhyane. To speak the different beautiful qualities of Krishna and Leela of Krishna, they have asakti, they have attachment to Krishna Leela, Krishna Gun, Krishna's qualities, Krishna's pastimes. Asaktistat gunakhyane. Last, Pritistad vasati sthale. They are mad after Vrindavan. Na yoga siddhir na mamastu moksho vaikuntha loke pina parshadatvam prema pinasyaditi chetaram tu mamastu vrindavana eva vasaha. Shri Chakravarti Padre is saying, I don't even want Krishna prem. Prema pina. I don't even want Krishna prem. Na yoga siddhir na mamastu moksho. Moksha nahi chahiye. Yoga siddhi I don't want. I don't even want Krishna prem because Krishna prem can be even in Vaikuntha. Krishna prem can be in Vaikuntha also. Krishna prem can be in Ayodhya also. I don't want. Mamastu vrindavana eva vasa. There can be Krishna prem in Dwarka also. There can be Krishna prem in Mathura also. Srila Vishwanath Chakra Thakur says, I don't want any of these. Mamastu vrindavana eva vasa. I want only Vrindavan. This is called asaktistat gunakhane pritistad vasatis. He has priti for Krishna's own abode, Vrindavan. These are the parameters by which we have to judge ourselves, whether I am making advancement, whether I am developing as a devotee or not. Shantir avyartha kalatvam, viraktir manashunyata, ashabaddam samutkantha, namagane sadaruchi, asaktistat gunakhyane, pritistad vasati sthale. This verse is from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. Okay? Hare Krishna. Is that helpful? Hare Krishna.
I can already feel the enthusiasm just by hearing you.
Hare Krishna. Chaitanya Charitamrita. The verse reference?
Chaitanya Charitamrita, which is
Leela 23,
18 and 19.
chapter 23, 18, 19.
Thank you. CC Madhya 23,
23, 18, 19.
18 and 19.
Just for some of them.
Prabhuji shared on the group. Hare Krishna. Any other questions? Okay.
We have
One question. Yes. Hare Krishna. Huh?
What is the difference between devotion and love to God?
Hare Krishna. Love is the culmination, zenith of devotion. You speak Hindi? Prem bhakti ki parakashtha hai. Love is the ultimate stage of devotion. Devotion has many stages. Adav shraddha tatha sadhu sangha, bhajana kriya, anartha nivritti, nishtha, ruchi, asakti, bhav, and prem. These are the different stages. When love becomes more and more intense, more and more condensed, more and more purer and purer, it reaches a stage of love. Prem. It's the ultimate stage of bhakti. Devotion means bhakti. Prem is the ultimate. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, Mahaprabhu Sri Chaitanya Dev says, Prema Prayojan. Prem is Prayojan. It's the ultimate. And to get there is devotion. Is that okay?
Yeah. And another thing, Prabhuji, that if you can explain more about the Vairagya and that. If you explain more, then
Maybe we'll try to cover it in one of the subsequent classes. I'll try. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki. Hare Krishna.
Ādi Gadādhara Prabhu ki.
Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.